Now let's try to fetch that data. So what we have done so far is we have created these four objects and we have stored that data in a file, and the file name is serial.txt. So let's again see the file we have stored that data. So we can go to this and say right click, open with WordPad, and you can say this is your data here, right? But I want to fetch that data from. So one thing to observe here, it is we are also getting the class name and the variable names here and the data which is Rahul. Okay. So now let's fetch that data and store in this C1. Now in order to do that, what we need. So as we have guessed in the last video that we need to use something called file input stream. We'll say FIS equal to new file input stream, and this we need to pass object of f, and then we need to use something called as object input stream. So we'll say object input stream here, and we'll say it is OIS equal to new object input stream, and in this I have to pass object of file input stream, which is FIS. Now once done, now to read that data, we need to say it is OIS dot, we need to say it is read object. So using read object, you can fetch that data. But we need to save it somewhere, right? So we'll save it in C1. Now C1 data will come from the file which is your serial. Now the problem here is when you say read object, it will give you the object of object class. But what we need here is we need the object of cricket. So what we can do is we can cast it with the help of cricket class. So when you cast this object with the help of cricket, what you will get is cricket class object C1. Now let's print this. So what we'll do is we'll comment this part here because I don't want to store it again. So we'll use a multi-line comment here. So we'll say slash star, and here we'll use star slash. Okay, so we have committed that part here. Now let's try to print the value of C1. So we'll say it is system dot out dot println, and here let me print the value of C1. So we'll say C1 dot runs, and we'll give a colon here just to separate that thing. We'll say plus C1 dot its baseman, and we'll give a semicolon. Clear? So now if I run this code, it will fetch that data from a file. Let's say it's working. So we'll say run as application, and bingo, we are getting that data which is 50 and Rahul. That means we have successfully saved that data into file, and we have successfully fetched that data from the file. So this is how we need to achieve serialization. But points to remember, whenever you want your class to allow its object to be stored in a file directly with the help of serialization, you need to implement that. We need to implement a method interface called as serializable, which is a marker interface in which we don't have any method. Okay, so this is how we need to achieve serialization.